where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune and lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello. You. Welcome into another edition. Sorry, I burped there in front of y'all. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour, y'all. This town hall is very important to me because of the fact that when I saw this report from courtcuttersnews.com, and shout out to Court Cutters News, always a great platform. If you're looking for anything in terms of what's happening in the world of streaming, that is the place to go, okay? Believe me, you. When I saw this report that I'm about to read to you all, it triggered something in me because, like I said, media is shrinking more and more, and I don't like it. I don't like it here. I don't like it there. I don't like it anywhere. Braylon I am. So let's get to it because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome and glad to have all of you here. Let's get to the business of what we are here to talk about. So here we go from courtcuttersnews.com. Here we go, everybody. Paramount is considering selling Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network to get approval for its deal to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. So they are still making concessions to get Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, if you remember, or to get the Paramount Skydance deal, to get that deal approved, they had to get rid of their DEI initiatives. They had to hire an ombudsman where all the journalism had to be filtered through, right? So when I saw this report, I'm just like, so kids ain't even safe in the media industry. They can't have a place to fall. They can't grow up with something. I mean, good damn. David Ellison said that they were not going to sell any of their networks. That's what he said. In an article, he said that we're not selling any of our networks, including BET. But now you may be considering selling Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. This is just like when Bob Iger said, as our competitors are leaving the business when it comes to cable television, we're actually staying in the business. And then weeks later, there's an article coming out talking about Disney is exploring the sale of A&E Global Media. Let's continue on. My God, today. So here we go. As you see there, Nickelodeon for sale. Paramount Skydance Corporation has signaled its willingness to sell portions of its children's television portfolio as a part of efforts to secure regulatory clearance for a massive $110 billion acquisition of Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, apparently, child, I'm going to let y'all see this. Because here's the thing, right? There was a report that just came out recently that the head of Netflix for films said that they were not going to work with directors that wanted to do theatrical releases. And to me, that was ASA 9, ASA 10, ASA 11, ASA 12, and ASA 13 of a decision to say that out loud. Because now you have cut off your own supply to directors that could really do well, right? And let me look up if Netflix has ever won an Oscar. Give me a moment. Has Netflix ever won an Oscar? Wow, Netflix has won multiple Oscars. The streaming giant has won dozens of Academy Awards over the years, including its most recent haul at the 2026 Academy Awards, where it tied its all-time record for winning 7 trophies. So you mean to tell me that you guys have won 7 golden statuettes at the Oscars, but y'all don't want to work with people that want to do theatrical releases? That's not smart. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Braylon Lee, I am. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that right damn now. So, just my guy. But with that being said, and there were a lot of people on Twitter that was like, "Oh, thank God Netflix didn't get it." Now, remember, David Ellison, Larry Ellison, and the president, great Warner Bros. Discovery, so Paramount can be something, right? Check this out. Paramount, and I'm not laughing at what I said, I'm laughing at this here because Larry Ellison, David Ellison, the president, wanted it so damn bad. And you have most of Hollywood saying no. You got lawsuits, I think, from New York and California, suing, Paramount for the deal not to happen. I know it's California. I don't know if it's New York, but it's one other state, right? So here we go. Here, as you can see, Paramount accuses Netflix of scorched earth campaign to derail Warner Bros. Discovery deal. Streamer calls that absurd. So here we go. Paramount has slammed rival Netflix in a letter to the Department of Justice for campaigning against the Warner Bros. Discovery merger amid regulatory review of the deal with the David Ellison Company. And by the way, the DOJ just did something to make sure that Black-owned businesses cannot be invested in. There's a lot else going on in the world, ladies and gentlemen. As Paramount pushes forward with its content-first growth strategy, firms like Netflix, Amazon, MGM, Disney, Universal, Sony, Lionsgate, A24, Apple, and many others will need to respond in kind, presumably by enhancing their own content creation strategies. Indeed, Netflix's panic level response and scorched earth campaign to try and poison regulators and other stakeholders against the transaction shows just how seriously Netflix takes Paramount as a scale competitor. King Del Rahim, Paramount's chief legal officer, wrote in a letter to the DOJ's antitrust division. The letter did not specify detail. The letter didn't detail specific actions by Netflix or others. In a statement to Deadline, Netflix spokesperson disputed the characterization around these claims from Paramount Skydance are absurd. We walked away from this deal months ago and remained focused on our own business, not theirs. Ultimately, it is up to the regulators to approve this deal and determine if it is in the best interest of the industry and all concerned, the streamer said. First of all, the Netflix, very well done. Very well done. Very well done. All you have to do to make somebody showcase who they really are is just stay quiet. That's it. Warner Bros. Discovery had an agreement to sell its studio streaming operations to Netflix, but with Paramount in hot pursuit, hot grape. Larry Ellison, David Ellison, and the president graped Warner Bros. Discovery. Larry Ellison, David Ellison, and the president graped Warner Bros. Discovery. Larry Ellison, David Ellison, and the president scraped Warner Bros. Discovery just so Paramount can be a company that can be on par with all the other media companies here. The Warner Board ultimately ditched Netflix for what it judged to be a better offer from the analysis. The streamer walked away with a $2.8 billion breakup fee. Netflix walked away with that. The June 5th missive obtained by Deadline was responding to a white paper the Teamsters submitted to the DOJ in March, laying out concerns around the merger, which is awaiting a green light from the regulator. The UK announced this morning that it opened a phase 1 inquiry of the merger with an August 7th deadline unless it determines a deeper dive is needed. The European Union's initial deadline is July 7th, although that can be extended. News reports over the past few days indicate that Paramount is willing to agree to remedies if need to get the deal over the finish line. So the deal's not even done. Paramount has targeted at least $6 billion of savings from the deal and will carry a heavy debt load if and when it closes. The combined company of Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount was at $90 billion. They believe they can get it down to $42 billion, but it's still billions of dollars in debt. Triggering anxiety over job cuts, tighter content spending in an already struggling industry. The company has vigorously pushed back on that scenario, and Del Rahim did so again. This letter insisted the merger instead will create a more competitive landscape, leading to increased content production overall and more opportunities for organized labor beyond Paramount's projects. In short, this deal is a win for the Teamsters and other labor unions. Netflix, Amazon, and Disney dominate subscription streaming today. Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery both lag far behind the streaming giants, even on a combined basis. For Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery to compete, they need to pursue a transformative transaction like this one and invest aggressively in capturing audience's attention by driving fresh, engaging content across the ecosystem of theatrical releases, streaming, and linear television. The layer said cost synergies will mostly come from categories that do not touch production labor or union/guild positions, including duplicative technology infrastructure, back office functions like finance, legal, human resources, and corporate communications at the parent company level. Optimizing the combined firm's real estate footprint. That includes, backlots like, Paramount Studios and Warner Brothers Studios and other entities of that energy. And more efficient market by coordinating advertising spend and cross-promotion across a broad portfolio of platforms and channels. Paramount said its projected content spend is expected to increase significantly following the transaction. Del Rahim also rejected comparisons to the Disney-Fox merger in 2019, a narrative he claims rivals are pushing as a way to undermine the Paramount-Warner Bros. Discovery deal. We understand that as part of its broader proxy war against the transaction, Netflix has tried to persuade the Teamsters. But y'all want the deal so damn bad, right? And other stakeholders that Disney's acquisition of Fox had a negative impact on content production and labor opportunities. Frankly, Netflix's sky is falling narrative departs significantly from the ground truth reality of what actually happened. Oh my God. Paramount has committed theatrically release at least 30 feature films annually. Post acquisition, at least 15 from each studio with a minimum 45-day theatrical window. Politico first report on the letter. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If you want to talk about 30 films annually every year, movies usually take about 6 months, 3 to 6 months. Then you gotta go through post-production, and then you gotta figure out the slate, right? So 30 films, 15 from each studio. No. So here are the comments here, right? So 5 comments. Right here. Haha, what losers. Didn't they win the bid? Can't accuse Netflix of anything. Now, that's your deal. Just do everything for it to go through. Very funny given before Paramount won, Elson traveled to Europe talking to everyone about how evil Netflix was. Now you won, you keep seeing Netflix everywhere. That part. That part. Netflix is still laughing all the way to the bank, mind their own little business, which this deal is clearly going south. Who foresaw this? Not only are the Ellises trying to force their abhorrent, odious ideology on the rest of us, they're also delusional with this lawsuit. Such victims there are. We should all feel so sorry for them. Isn't it crazy that even when they win, folks on the right still claim to be victims? Child, when the whole industry is against you and your existence and the fans can't stand you either, that's a problem. That's a problem. Now, let's go back to our article here. Oh my God. Paramount Skydance Corporation has signaled its willingness to sell out portions of its children's television portfolio as a part of efforts to secure regulatory clearance for a massive $110 billion acquisition of Warner Bros. Discovery. The move comes amid an ongoing European Union antitrust review that is examining potential overlaps in the children's entertainment sector, with both companies hold significant market positions. The proposed combination will create one of the world's largest media entertainment conglomerates, uniting Paramount's extensive library of content, including flagship brands like Nickelodeon, Warner Bros. Discovery assets such as Cartoon Network, HBO, the Oprah Winfrey Network, and major studios. According to a report from Bloomberg, regulators in Brussels are now focused on how the deal might affect competition in the European market for children's programming, where linear television channels and associated digital platforms play a central role in shaping audiences' viewing habits. Nickelodeon has long been a dominant force across Europe, offering a mix of animated series, live action shows, and educational content that reaches millions of households through cable and satellite distribution. Industry observers note that the children's TV segment remains vibrant despite the broader shift towards streaming services. Traditional channels continue to deliver reliable advertising revenue and brand loyalty among families. A merger on this scale could consolidate substantial control over popular programming, potentially limiting choices for broadcasters, advertisers, and viewers. European authorities have a track record of requiring remedies in media deals to preserve competitive balance, often mandating the divestiture of overlapping assets rather than blocking transactions outright. Paramount Skydance executives are optimistic about obtaining approval without major concessions, according to sources close to the process. However, the company has prepared contingency plans that include partnering with select kid-oriented networks if officials identify competition risk. This proactive stance reflects the high stakes involved. The deal, initially structured as a friendly transaction before turning more complex, aims to deliver greater scale in an industry increasingly dominated by technology giants like Netflix and Disney. Combined resources will allow the new entity to invest heavily in content production, international expansion, and next-generation distribution technologies. The European Commission's review process is operating under a phase 1 timeline with an initial deadline set for early July. Should concerns persist, the matter could advance to a deeper phase 2 investigation, extending the timeline by several months. Such extensions often prompt companies to offer formal remedies packages, which might encompass asset sales, behavioral commitments, and other structural adjustments. In this case, divestors would likely target specific channels or regional operations rather than entire divisions, minimizing disruption to the broader merger strategy. Beyond Europe, the transaction faces scrutiny from other jurisdictions in the United States. State attorneys general have raised questions about impacts on content diversity, price of cable packages, and employment in the entertainment sector. Canadian authorities are also conducting their own assessments. These parallel reviews add layers of complexity, requiring coordinated negotiations across borders. Media analysts suggest that successful navigation of European hurdles could set a positive precedent for approvals elsewhere, though each regulator operates independently. The children's media market has evolved rapidly in recent years. Streaming platforms have introduced on-demand options, yet broadcast and cable networks remain strong appeal for scheduled family viewing. Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network represent complementary yet competing offerings. One emphasizes irreverent humor and character-driven stories, the other focusing on action, adventure, and long-running franchises. Any divestiture would need to attract credible buyers capable of maintaining these brands' competitive edge, such as specialized European broadcasters or private equity firms with media experience. The financial implications of the deal are substantial. At $110 billion, it ranks among the largest media mergers in history, promising synergies through shared production costs, cross-promotion opportunities, and expanded global reach. Warner Bros. Discovery brings iconic intellectual properties, including DC comics characters, and major film franchises, while Paramount contributes robust television operations and Paramount Plus streaming service. But nobody really watches Paramount Plus like that. You got Beyond the Gates, you got Big Brother, you got The Base Race, you got Survivor, you have NCIS. So you do have some hits, but people do watch Netflix more. They watch Disney Plus more. You know, they're trying to combine Hulu into Disney Plus, and that's going to backfire on Disney as well. You used to have BT Plus, but now it's going to fold into Paramount Plus, and so Paramount doesn't recognize shrinking your resources does not make your main source better. Because no matter what you do, it has to be up to the culture to receive you and embrace you and approve you. So together they could challenge market leaders more effectively, particularly in international territories where localized content strategies are crucial. Challenges extend beyond antitrust. The combined company will operate in a landscape transformed by cord-cutting, rising production expenses, and shifting consumer preferences toward short-form video and interactive entertainment. Success would depend on integrating operations smoothly while preserving creative independence across studios and networks. Employees and talent communities are watching developments closely, concerned about potential redundancies and overlapping departments. For European consumers, the outcome could influence the variety and quality of programming available to chilled regulars, aimed to prevent any single player from gaining excessive influence over cultural content consumed by young viewers. By offering to divest assets early, Paramount Skydance demonstrates flexibility that may expedite approvals and reduce the risk of prolonged uncertainty. As the July deadline approaches, all parties involved are engaged in constructive dialogue. The media industry as a whole stands at an inflection point where consolidation offers efficiency gains, but demands careful oversight to safeguard competition and innovation. This high-profile case will likely influence future deals, underscoring the balance between corporate growth and regulatory protection of diverse marketplaces. The potential sale of kids' TV assets represents a pragmatic approach to addressing specific concerns about derailing the transformative benefits envisioned by the merger. Market participants anticipate that any divestitures would be limited in scope, allowing the core strategic objectives to proceed with global entertainment trends favoring larger, more resilient players. The Paramount Skydance Warner Bros. Discovery combination could reshape industry dynamics for years to come, provided regulatory pathways are cleared effectively. So, that was a lot. But what do I think about this? I think that Paramount is out of their rabbit-ass minds if they want to sell Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. Both of them are very powerful. Now, if Paramount is smart, they will sell Cartoon Network. And I know what you're thinking. Ray, are you out your mind? No, I'm not. You have Nickelodeon University indoor theme park, right? That is at Mall of America and American Dream Mall, right? Minnesota and East Rutherford, New Jersey, respectively. You have the Nickelodeon resorts, right? You have the Nickelodeon hotel coming to Orlando, right? You had one point in time where Nickelodeon partnered up with Norwegian Cruise Line, right? And Nickelodeon's merch line is crazy sauce in terms of the profit that they get from that, right? The reason why I say sell off Cartoon Network is because they don't know what to do with Cartoon Network, right? And I truly believe that both of these networks need a new energy. And I've came up with branding for both networks. I did this morning before I went to work this morning. So with that being said, let's get to the history of this here. So as you guys know, Nickelodeon launched on April 1st, 1979. So I'm surprised that Nickelodeon doesn't do April Fool's Day in a big fashion. As the first cable channel for children, it is primarily aimed at children and adolescents aged 2 to 17, along with a broader family audience through its programming blocks. The channel began to test broadcast on December 1st, 1997, as part of as an early cable television system, broadcast locally in Columbus, Ohio. So OHIO, there it is. So Nickelodeon gained a rebranding in image and programming that year in 1984, and its ensuing success led it and its sister networks MTV and VH1 being sold to Viacom in 1985. Now they did have two blocks aimed at teenage audiences, Teen Nick and Noggin's The End, right? The Noggin was a preschool kids channel, right? And they also had Nick Jr. Okay, they also had Nicktoons, right? So, and Teen Nick actually became a channel in 2009. Nick Cannon was the chairman of Teen Nick. So, you have that there. And I want to bring something up to you all. I want to bring something up to you all that I did not too long ago, because we were talking about Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Florida, for those who remember back in the day, right? And I did something, just wanted to see what could happen, because you had Nickelodeon, the kids network, you had Teen Nick, which was the teen network, but what could you do for the adults like me, right? That grew up in the 90s, that missed the 90s, but they still want to watch Nickelodeon, right? Now they had the 90s are all that's a programming block. They had the Splat, that's a programming block. And I came up with something that I think you guys are going to remember here. I just gotta, let me just open it up. There we go. Give me one moment, y'all. Here it is right here. So for those of you who remember this, I did Grown-Nickelodeon, right? Talking about what if we could bring back Nickelodeon, but as a grown network for, I was about to say grown kids network. But in a way it would be a network for the grown kids of the world, right? So came up with this, made it do what it do. And it was a fantastic live, one of my best ones. Yeah, I really got emotional on this one because I just missed it so much. I really, really did. Trying to find the that was fanned in live. Hang on, I'm trying to. Wait, I think it was right here. Sorry, y'all. That's where we are tonight. That's where we are tonight, right here. Grown-Nickelodeon Studios. Now, you're probably thinking, Braylon, how in the world did you get Nickelodeon to be all grown up? Don't worry about it. So, this was the game plan. Now, if we go to ask and we summarize the video here, it all relates to why this is so important, right? So right here, this video features a town hall style presentation by Braylon Lee, BFP Imagineer, who proposes a nostalgic but yet modern media concept called the Grown-Nickelodeon Network. The goal rather is to create an adult-oriented entertainment network that honors the original Nickelodeon studios at Universal Orlando Resort. Key takeaways and Key takeaways and proposals. The concept, the network targets 90s kids blending adult-centric content, talk shows, reality shows, docuseries, and e-gaming with the signature silliness and interactive nature of Nickelodeon. Proposed programming blocks includes daily news, lifestyle segments, and the return of interactive elements like Slime Time Live and You Pick Live. Snick Weekend block, a weekend-long revival of the classic Snick programming block featuring modern formats like Snick Fandom Live show hosted on the iconic orange couch. So Snick Fandom Live is where you'll get to see docu-series, content creators, short videos, right? And, Snick would be in the commercial breaks of it all. Experimental component. Braylon suggests utilizing the existing studio spaces to host a 90-minute Nickelodeon Studios tour, allowing guests to interact with sets, participate in mini games, and experience the production side of the network. Community and culture. The network aims to be a love letter to the 90s generation, emphasizing social media integration, live voting via apps, and high energy artist-driven content that treats fans as partners in the brand's growth. The presentation concludes with an emotional appeal to Paramount and Universal to consider this concept as a way to repurpose the space and bring back the feeling of comfort and acceptance that defined the original network for many adults. So I did this concept here, and like I said, they're not going to get rid of Nickelodeon. Not to mention the Kids' Choice Awards. I mean, come on. You going to sell that? Stop. With that being said, before I tell you where I believe they should sell Nickelodeon, right? I needed to make a new identity for Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. So here we go. So I said, make a brand campaign for Nickelodeon, your world on your level, joyplify the fun. So we're amplifying the joy of what it means to be a kid. We're amplifying the joy of what it is to find new worlds. We're amplifying the joy of connecting with people from all over the world, whether it's under the sea, whether it's through science fiction, what have you. We are amplifying the joy of what can be in the world for kids to connect to. Right. So here we go. Campaign overview. Joyplify the fun. The pitch: kids today are growing up fast, navigated by a world built by adults for adults. This campaign positions Nickelodeon as the ultimate antidote. It's not just entertainment; it's an active, amplifying voice. To joyplify means to take the everyday world, strip away the boring rules, and crank up the fun to a kid's frequency. Tagline: your world on your level. Campaign anthem: joyplify the fun. Target audience 6 to 12 years old, Gen Z tweens, and viewing millennial parents who miss the unstructured, messy joy of their own childhood Nick era. So number one, the core creative concept. The campaign centers on the concept of the joyplifier, a metaphorical and physical volume knob for life. Can't wait till you see this, okay? Because when you see it, you'll be like, I want one of those as a toy. I promise you will. When kids encounter boring adult situations, waiting in line, doing homework, a sterile grocery store, Nickelodeon intervenes to turn the dial. Suddenly, the mundane is transformed into a vibrant, slime-filled anime reality where kids make the rules. Visual aesthetic and tone. The look, a mashup of live reality, breaking apart into the hyper-saturated, surreal animation. Think SpongeBob physics colliding with the real world. The tone, energetic, a little chaotic, fiercely empowering, and deeply funny. The philosophy, meet kids exactly where they are, never talking down to them, always celebrating their perspective. Number two, multi-channel execution strategy, on-air digital video launch spots. We launch with a series of 30-second spots showing everyday adult-level bummers getting joyplified. Spot one, DMV, Department of Mega Boredom. A kid is sitting in a gray, quiet room waiting with their parent. The clock ticks slowly. The kid spots an orange Nickelodeon blimp logo on a wire cord. They twist it like a dial. Boom. The waiting room chairs turn to bumper cars. The ticket dispenser shoots out Patrick Star stickers, and green slime pours from the ceiling vents. Voiceover, the world wants you to wait in line. We want you across the finish line. Nickelodeon, your world on your level. Spot two, the broccoli betrayal. A kid stares down at a plate of steamed vegetables. They tap their fork. The broccoli mutates into an animated, dancing, loud house musical number. Social and interactive, the Joyplifier filter, the TikTok and Instagram augmented reality lens, a custom augmented reality filter called the Joyplifier. Users point their camera at something boring like a textbook, a messy room, a sibling, and turn the dial on their screen. The filter uses artificial intelligence to instantly overlay classic Nickelodeon elements, splat with slime, adding animated characters dancing in the background, or giving the user the iconic Very Odd Parents crown and wand. Career push, partner with kid and family careers to show their best before and after Joyplified transitions, including the grown adults as well. Experimental, the level up pop-ups. We bring the tagline to life by literally building spaces designed strictly from a kid's physical and mental perspective. The Joyplified playground, massive takeovers in major cities, New York, LA, and Chicago, where everything is built out of scale for adults but perfect for kids. Giant couches that require climbing, vending machines that disperse free tech and toys when you tell them a joke, and a no grown-ups allowed zone where parents have to wait in a designated boring lounge while kids the show. Okay, so very cool there. Number 3, brand partnerships. To embed Joyplify into culture, Nickelodeon partners with brands to rewrite the rules of standard kids' experiences. Partner airlines, example, Delta and JetBlue, the Joyplified experience. The in-flight splat zone, a dedicated rows of 4 scene where the safety video is hosted by SpongeBob and gets kids to kids get custom Joyplify activity kits to make flying less tedious. Number 2, you have, let's see, oh, sorry, y'all, my bad there. I thought I was going to show more, my bad. Duolingo, language on your level, a week-long takeover where the Duolingo owl teams up with Nick characters to teach kids slang, funny phrases, and cartoon languages like Bikini Bomb idioms. Foot Locker and Kids Foot Locker, the unboring sneaker box. Sneaker drops where the box itself unfolds into a custom DIY cardboard skate park for fingerboard. You remember Tech Deck from back in the day? Mm-hmm. So number 4, internal programming synergy. The campaign shouldn't just be an ad, it should change how Nickelodeon rolls out content. Joyplified Fridays, a weekly program block where kids vote live via the Nick Play app to alter the broadcast. Want a SpongeBob episode sped up 1.5 times? Want the Danger Force cast to do the commentary live? Kids, turn the dial. On your level shorts. Now, you guys remember Nick News from back in the day, right? This is getting into that energy again. A new digital micro series where real kids interview celebrities, athletes, and politicians, but only ask questions that a 9-year-old cares about. Example, how many slices of pizza can you eat? Or what's your biggest fear about the dark? Why this works. Joyplify the fun acknowledges a core truth. Kids don't want to be miniature adults. They want the current reality to be respected and magnified. I position Nickelodeon as a tool that scales the world down to their physical size and cranks up the fun to their imagination size. The brand reclaims its crown as the ultimate champion of kids. Like I said, any brand that has a rise or demise, 2 things determine it: availability and accessibility. How you make yourself available to be seen and how people can access you. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all the commercial. Okay, for this. Now, I gotta tell you something. This is really cool. Okay, not watching this one. We're watching this one. Ready and go.
Sick of living in a big grown-up world? It is time to turn up the welcome to Nickelodeon, your world on your level. Now let us Joyplify the fun.
I'm gonna play that 2 more times for y'all.
Sick of living in a big grown-up world? It is time to turn up the welcome to Nickelodeon, your world on your level. Now let us Joyplify the fun.
One more time for the one more time. I just got goosebumps. Okay, listen.
Sick of living in a big grown-up world? It is time to turn up the welcome to Nickelodeon, your world on your level. Now let us Joyplify the fun.
Now, I'm going to pause it here just to show you what's going on. Do you see the contrast? You can call these the Pixies, right? And you can call these guys the fairies because there was fairy court, but then there was fairy world, right? So that analogy. This is the Joyplifier, right? So when this kid turns the volume,
sick of living in a big,
you see the slime and you see the adults have some color. You see even the boring adults get into it. And you see that the kid right here, this kid right here,
Sick of living in a
now
big
animated, right?
grown-up world?
And then you see
It is time to
a Nickelodeon blend roller coaster, which, by the way, Nickelodeon Universe, if you want to do this, you're welcome, right? So they are actually riding on the
turn up the welcome to
As you can
Nickelodeon.
see in the background, you see SpongeBob,
Your
you see Loud House, and you
World
see,
on-
I think that's Aang from I think that's Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
on
And
your
then
level.
you see, the Kids' Choice Awards, right? And of course, Nickelodeon's not it, but AI is AI. But they do get it right with this.
Now let us joyplify the fun.
Now, do you see how I just took what they had and just added a little bit of sauce? Your world on your level, joyplify the fun. That lets kids know that they have a place to fall. So now, with Nickelodeon on your world on your level, joyplify the fun. Let me tell you where I think if they were going to sell Nickelodeon, where it should go. You ready? Here we go. Since there is an article from Cord Cutters News of Paramount considering either selling Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, if NBC bought Nickelodeon, what would that look like, and could this be an asset to their company? If NBC Universal, a division of Comcast, somehow acquired Nickelodeon, it could be a surprisingly strong strategic asset for the company, but there will be major challenges. First, it's important to know that the report suggests Paramount may be willing to divest some children's TV assets if regulators require it as a part of its proposed Warner Bros. Discovery acquisition. Nothing has been finalized as much of the discussion centers on regulatory remedies rather than an active sales process. What Nickelodeon would add to Universal, NBC's Universal's biggest weakness compared to Disney is children's entertainment. Today, NBC has Peacock, DreamWorks Animation, Universal theme parks, Illumination franchises like Despicable Me and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Now, for those of you who don't know, like I said, Universal Parks and Nickelodeon have always had a great partnership. There was the Nickelodeon Blast Zone at Universal Studios Hollywood. I got the privilege to go there. I was on this Nick Sleepover Jam, right? You had Nickelodeon Studios. You had Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast, right? And of course, the Universal Mega Movie Parade. You have SpongeBob in the parade. You have Paw Patrol in the parade, right? So they've always had a synergy. So this will really be a coming home celebration for Nickelodeon, right? But it does not have a dedicated kids television brand with the cultural recognition of Nickelodeon. And that's why David Ellison, Larry Ellison, and the president are dumbasses. Because if you give up both of those entities, whoever gets that gets the audience. So when content creators and people in Hollywood are going to Paramount and they have kid content and you don't have any platforms for them, guess what? You lose out on the financial capital of what you could receive from those creators and those artists. So do you see how consolidating everything comes back around like a loop-de-looping pool and it doesn't make your shoes look cool? Shout out to the SpongeBob people. So let's keep going on here. Here we go. Nickelodeon would bring SpongeBob SquarePants, Paw Patrol, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Loud House, Nick Jr., and decades of children's programming libraries. That content could immediately strengthen Peacock's family offerings and help NBC compete more effectively against Disney Plus. How can NBC use Nickelodeon? A possible structure could look like NBC Universal Kids division, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., DreamWorks Animation, Universal Kids, Peacock Kids, right? This will create a children's entertainment ecosystem similar to Disney's. TV channels, streaming, consumer products, theme park attractions, and live events. Imagine SpongeBob rides at Universal Parks. Now, a lot of people have been saying that Toon Lagoon should be Bikini Bottom, so that's been said. Avatar-themed lands, Nickelodeon game shows on Peacock, You bring back Nickelodeon Studios, and the shows can be on not just Nickelodeon, but they can also be on Peacock. Crossovers with DreamWorks properties, the merchandising opportunities alone could be substantial. The biggest problem, the challenge is that NBC Universal already owns a lot of children's content through DreamWorks and Illumination. Management will have to decide, do they keep Nickelodeon as a separate brand, fold some operations into DreamWorks, shut down overlapping cable channels. Well, here's the thing. The only platforms that are at NBC right now is NBC the network, Bravo, and Peacock. So management don't got to really worry about that. If anything, Nickelodeon would be getting some DreamWorks content, right? And I do believe, hang on, let me make sure of something. DreamWorks shows on Nickelodeon. So check this out. You ready for this? Nickelodeon and DreamWorks Animation partnered in the late 2000s. In the late 2000s and early 2010s to produce 3 highly successful television series based on DreamWorks feature films. The Penguins of Madagascar, 2008 to 2015. Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness, 2011 to 2016. And then Monsters vs. Aliens, the series, 2013 to 2014. Let me bring that up and add it to the timeline right now. Because, like I said, if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me one moment. Sorry about that, y'all. So back to our conversation here. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. So with that being said, this would be a huge gain for NBC Universal. A huge gain, right? Oh, that's what I was about to do. Let me show y'all this. So here it is here. Let me show y'all this here, right here. So you see, the official collaborative TV shows produced by DreamWorks Animation, right, are The Penguins of Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness, and Monsters vs. Aliens, right? So as you can see here, even Boss Baby back in business. So those 4 shows have been on Nickelodeon. So this would be a very easy partnership for NBC to acquire Nickelodeon, right? Given the decline of traditional cable TV, NBC will likely care more about the intellectual property rather than the linear TV network itself. That's a lie. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Industry-wide, media companies have been reducing the value of cable networks as audiences shift towards streaming. Would it be worth it from a strategic perspective? Yes. If NBC Universal could acquire Nickelodeon at a reasonable valuation and obtain SpongeBob, Avatar, Paw Patrol, and the Nick library, it will instantly become a much stronger family entertainment company. On a scale of 1 to 10, asset Nickelodeon fit for NBC, 9 out of 10. Cartoon Network, 8 out of 10. MTV, 5 out of 10. BET, 4 out of 10. Nickelodeon fills a gap that NBC Universal actually has. It would strengthen Peacock, consumer products, and Universal theme parks all at once. The more interesting scenario might be if NBC acquired Nickelodeon while a merged Paramount Warner entity kept Cartoon Network. That would create a new rivalry resembling the classic 1990s and 2000s Nick versus Cartoon Network battle, but NBC and Warner competing against Paramount and Warner. So there is that there, okay? Now, with that being said, let's talk about Cartoon Network now. Okay, here we go. Cartoon Network is an American cable television channel operated by Global Linear Networks division of Warner Bros. Discovery, launched October 1st, 1992. It primarily broadcasts animated television series, mostly children's programming, ranging from action to animated comedy. It currently runs from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. The flagship property from Cartoon Network, from the Cartoon Network Incorporated, it primarily targets children aged 6 to 12, though some early morning programming, formerly of the Cartoonio block, is aimed at preschool age children, while the evening block Adult Swim targets young adults. There used to be a block rather, called Toonami. That's no longer around. Give me a moment. One moment, y'all. And don't worry, we'll be back here at 8:30 tonight because we got a lot to talk about with Big Ticket. A lot to talk about. Okay. Mm-hmm. I need to spell synergy correctly. Oh, God, okay. I think I spelled it right. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's all gonna make sense here in a minute. There we go. Okay. So we'll get back to that here in just a little bit because I'm going to tell you who I believe should get Cartoon Network. Okay. So now this is the logo that these kids know. This is the logo that we know. Okay. Yes, indeed. And you guys remember There was a show called Cartoon Fridays. Cartoon Fridays. I know what. Still talking about it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I did not do this the first time for Nickelodeon, so we're going to respect both networks. Okay, I'm gonna show promo Nickelodeon, and I'm gonna show Cartoon Fridays. Okay, here we go. Give me a moment. Here we go.
Oh, there's donkeys, cakes, and whipped cream, hats, and slippery floors on Slime Time Live. SpongeBob pants and nasty feet, and lots of stars on Slime Time Live. Slime Time Live, Slime Time Live, nuts on a skateboard, Slime Time Live. And there's love and tears and Susie Slump and Guy in a diaper, Slime Time Live. Pies and pies and pies and pies and Jessica Flies and Slime Time Live. Slime Time Live, Slime Time Live. Fish in a blender, Slime Time Live. Slime Time Live, Slime Time Live. Every weekday.
Goodbye.
Slime Time Live, Slime Time Live.
Helmet on it. Yes, indeed. That is that there. And then I think everybody knows this next one that I'm about to bring up. So just give me a moment, please, if you could. I'm gonna try not to get emotional with this because I watched it all the time, along with many of you. Here we go. One, two, three, four. Oh my God. Yeah, you remember this. You remember this. I love what we do over here. Is that it?
No, that isn't it.
Oh, man. Man, it's so fun. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Cartoon Fridays, ladies and gentlemen. And there's one more intro of Fridays, but it's not the one that you know. There was Cartoon Fridays where all those cartoon characters on the show, the whole show, which was amazing in the world of animation, right? But there was a live action one. It went a little something like this. Get ready. Here we go. Well, a little something like this. Here we go. Oh, and how dare I forget this logo? That logo right there. Hang on, let me go back. Right there, that logo right there. There's the headquarters of Cartoon Network, baby. Yeah, it has been a long week. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yes, indeed. Fridays was the show. So, with that being said, you need a new brand strategy for Cartoon Network. You do. Hey, Stream Master, good to see you, good sir. You need a new brand strategy for Cartoon Network. Now, if Nickelodeon was your world on your level, joyplify the fun, what can you do with Cartoon Network? Well, let me tell you what I did. All right, here we go. Make a brand campaign for Cartoon Network. We are all about that car energy, creating adventures and rallying everyone together. Right? Now, if you look at cartoon, we're carting up all the adventures you want to be a part of. We are carting up everybody you want to be there with you. It's flipping Cartoon Network on its head in a way that's never been done before. Let's keep going. So here's a vibrant, high-energy brand campaign tailored to that classic, chaotic, heartwarming Cartoon Network energy. Brand campaign, we are that cart energy. The core concept, Cartoon Network isn't just a channel, it's a frequency. It's the late night laugh, Saturday morning ritual. The weekend escape, that cart energy is about unapologetic creativity, boundary pushing animation, and a community of misfits coming together. It's a rallying cry for the dreamers, the weirdos, and the adventurers. The anthem commercial, the launch, visual style, a seamless high-octane mix of classic 2D animation and modern 3D styles, and live action fans mimicking their favorite characters. The transitions are fast, fluid, and rhythmic. From 0 to 10 seconds, opens on a quiet, boring suburban street. Suddenly, a neon magenta and cayenne riff tears open in the sky. The classic CN logo drops like a bass line. Okay. 0 to 10 seconds, 20 seconds, fast cuts. Craig from Craig of the Creek rallies with kids with a cardboard sword. Number 1, codenamed Kids Next Door, adjusted sunglasses. And then Jake, Adventure Time, fist bump. From 20 seconds to 45 seconds, the build up, the animation spills into the real world. Skaters, gamers, and art start glowing with anime aurora lines. A voiceover kicks in fast and rhythmic. 45 to 60 seconds, the climax, a massive stylized crowd of characters and real-world fans are running together towards a glowing horizon. Voiceover script, they told you at your age, they told you to say inside the lines, but we don't do normal. We do wild, we do weird, we do legendary. We are the creators of the unexpected, the seekers of the next great quest from the creek to the cosmos. We don't just watch the adventure, we match the energy. We are about that car energy. Bring your crew and let's ride, huh? Listen, I don't play when it comes to this game here of media. Yes, indeed. Let's continue on. And by the way, shout out to Tim Kaine that you guys saw in the Friday intro. Rest in peace to that brother right there. Brought a lot of childhood's great joy. Number 2, social and digital activation to rally everyone together. The campaign needs to live where the fans are. The hashtag Cart Energy challenge, TikTok and Reels, the trend, a split screen challenge. On one side, a classic or modern Cartoon Network character strikes a high energy pose or does a signature dance. Example, Gumball's hyperactive face, Raven's dark magic pose, or Giant Bravo's flex. The action fans use a custom augmented reality filter that cartoonifies them the moment they match the character's energy, transforming their background into an animated wonderland. The ultimate crew, interactive story, interactive Instagram, Twitter thread where fans can vote on choices to build the ultimate crossover adventure. Should the crew use dexterous laps to travel or hitch a ride on the magic carpet? Voting open for 2 hours. The winning choices are animated into short weekly clips. Then the experimental and out of hum or pop-up activation, the Cart Energy Rally, a traveling experimental truck that visits major cities, Comic-Cons, and festivals. The Adventure Zone, a real-life recreation of iconic Cartoon Network locations, the living room from the regular show, the treehouse from Kids Next Door, the animation station, a massive interactive screen where fans can step up, choose their favorite Cartoon Network art style, and see themselves instantly animate into a massive live updating digital mirror of the ultimate Cartoon Network crew. Now, that Friday's intro was literally a actual city for cartoons, and they had commercials in that city all the time. So those commercials can come back as well. Interactive billboards. Billboard displays in major hubs like Times Square or Shibuya that react to the weather or time of day. If it rains, the characters on the billboard pull out the Powerpuff Girls umbrellas. If it's rush hour, the characters are shown stuck in traffic on a giant roller coaster. Number 4, merchandise. Wear the Energy, a limited edition streetwear capsule collection designed to be loud and nostalgic. The Energy hoodie, a heavyweight black hoodie featuring collage of iconic Cartoon Network artifacts, the Omnitrix, Johnny's comb, Johnny Bravo's comb, Dee Dee's ballet slipper, glowing in neon UV ink, rally pendants and patches, retro sports style pendants, reading Cart Energy Athletic Department, which is very cool. I can imagine a Letterman jacket with that as well, and iron-on patches so fans can customize their own jackets. Main campaign taglines, main hook, we are about that Cart Energy. Call to action, bring your crew, start the quest, the vibe, too wild for reality, just right for us. So here is the anthem video. Here we go.
Are you ready for that Cart Energy? Unleash your wildest imagination. It's time to rally the whole crew together. Cartoon Network, we are about that Cart Energy.
Once again, goosebumps, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to watch it 2 more times.
Are you ready for that Cart Energy? Unleash your wildest imagination. It's time to rally the whole crew together. Cartoon Network, we are about that Cart Energy.
One more time for the one more time.
Are you ready for that Cart Energy? Unleash your wildest imagination. It's time to rally the whole crew together. Cartoon Network, we are about that Cart Energy.
Now, do you see how bold that is? Like, that would make me want to tune in to Cartoon Network, okay? So I'm going to break down everything. So as you can see here, right, here is that rift in the sky.
Are you?
And you see all these colors just, what in the hell? Why is the world being painted?
Ready for that Cart Energy?
And you see Gumball has this Cart Energy breaking the pavement.
Unleash your wild.
And you see the skateboarder, his energy is being animated, right? So as Gumball is about to get animated into real life gets animated, right?
Wildest imagination. It's time to.
And then you see Craig with his cardboard sword trying to gather everybody.
Rally the whole crew.
And there's Finn and Jake ready to get into it.
Together.
You see everybody. You see Finn and Jake. You see the Powerpuff Girls. You see Dexter. You see Courage Cowardly Dog. You see Yogi Bear. I think that's Ben 10. But you see how they have all the flags of different cartoon universes. And then at the end,
Cartoon Network, we are about that Cart Energy.
bruh, this is what I do. Listen, it's not that the networks are dead. They just don't know how to do anything. That's it. That's it. That's it. So now, with that being said, let's go to who I believe could buy it. Okay, you ready? So like I said, with Nickelodeon, it's NBC, right? So NBC has Nickelodeon, they have Teen Nick, they have Chronolodeon. So that's the Nickelodeon brand under NBC. Now with Cartoon Network, you have Cartoon Network, you have Toonami, and you have Adult Swim. But where is it going is the question you're asking. I have the answer for you right from this base right here and right now. Since there is an article from Cord Cutter's News of Paramount considering selling or either Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, if Sony brought Cartoon Network, how would that look like? And could this be an asset to their company? If Sony somehow acquired Cartoon Network as a part of a future divestiture scenario, it could actually be a very interesting strategic asset for Sony, though there would be challenges. What Sony would gain, a major kids and family brand. Sony Group Corporation currently has strong positions in movies, gaming, anime, and music, but lacks a major global children's television brand. Acquiring Cartoon Network will instantly give Sony Cartoon Network Studios potential strong access to related brands, libraries, a stronger foothold in children's entertainment. That would complement Sony's existing entertainment ecosystem very well. Anime synergy. Sony already owns Crunchyroll, Aniplex, and Sony Pictures Entertainment. A Sony-owned Cartoon Network would be a destination for family animation, anime for younger audiences, and original global anime productions. Imagine Cartoon Network becoming a bridge between Western animation and anime. PlayStation cross promotion. Sony could use Cartoon Network characters across PlayStation games, merchandise, mobile games, live events, and themed attractions. Sony has been trying to expand entertainment franchises beyond their original formats. Cartoon Network will provide many opportunities. What that might look like. Sony Kids Entertainment Division, possible structure, Sony Entertainment, Sony Pictures, Crunchyroll, Cartoon Network Studios, Kids and Family Streaming Hub. Sony can position Cartoon Network as its equivalent to Disney's Disney Channel, NBC, Universal DreamWorks Animation, Paramount Global's Nickelodeon. Challenges: decline cable TV. The biggest issue is that traditional cable channels lose subscribers due to cord cutting. Media companies have been writing down the value of cable networks because audiences are shifting to streaming. Sony would likely buy Cartoon Network for intellectual property, production studios, brand recognition, not because the cable channel itself is highly valuable. But it is, like I said before, linear television, broadcast we could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. The linear network showcase what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. The linear television network broadcast what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace, right? So let's continue on here. Streaming strategy. Sony does not currently own a large general entertainment streaming service like Netflix, Disney, Warner Bros. Discovery. They would need to decide whether Cartoon Network content goes to Crunchyroll, a new Sony streaming service, licensing partnerships. I believe that Sony would do their own streaming service, right? Because Cartoon Network, Toonami, and Cartoon Network, Toonami, and Adult Swim, they would be under new Sony streaming service. And then, like I said, I think the FYI network is very underrated, right? So you could do the PlayStation Entertainment Network, right? And that can be for scripted originals, unscripted originals, cartoons, docuseries, all types of stuff. And I know what you're thinking, why would Sony buy the FYI network and turn to the PlayStation Entertainment Network? This is the network where everybody comes to see what everybody is playing with in terms of content, and this is the TV station to watch the best entertainment on. A ding, ding, ding. There it is. Could it be an asset? Yes, potentially a very valuable one. The biggest value wouldn't be the TV channel itself. Lies you tell. The value would be Cartoon Network's brand, animation production capabilities, library of classic shows, merchandise opportunities, gaming opportunities, global kids audience. Sony has spent years building an entertainment ecosystem around movies, anime, music, and gaming. Cartoon Network will fill one of the few major gaps they still have: a globally recognized children's entertainment brand. One interesting possibility is that Sony could eventually combine the strengths of Cartoon Network and Crunchyroll into a unified next-generation anime company that produces Western cartoons, anime, films, games, and streaming content under one roof. That would be something no other media company currently offers at scale. As a business move, I would view a hypothetical Sony acquisition of Cartoon Network as more strategically valuable than acquiring many cable networks, because Cartoon Network still has a globally recognized brand and the animation legacy. Now, I did ask, could they do a Toonami network? Absolutely. Sony-owned Cartoon Network, one of the most logical long-term opportunities will be expand Toonami from programming block into a full-fledged network streaming hub or global animation brand. Why the synergy would be strong? Sony already controls major pieces of the anime ecosystem through Sony Corporation, Crunchyroll, and Plex, and Sony Pictures Entertainment. If Cartoon Network and Toonami were added, Sony would gain a legendary anime TV brand, linear television distribution, anime production infrastructure, existing anime fan goodwill, and cross-promotion opportunities with Sony. Very few companies could connect anime, gaming, music, television, film, and merchandise at that scale. What a Toonami network could look like: daytime, family animation, class action cartoons, anime movies, career-focused animation content. Prime time, right? New anime premieres, Crunchyroll simulcast, original Toonami productions, animation documentaries, late-night mature anime, experimental animation, esports gaming shows, and commentary shows on pop culture and the news of the day that relates to the world of entertainment. Weekend events, anime marathons, fan voting specials, convention coverage, and live events, right? And of course, Tom would be back, everybody. Yes, indeed, we would. A bigger vision, Toonami as Sony's animation brand, rather than simply being a TV channel, Sony could position Toonami as the global home of animation. Under that umbrella, Toonami Studios, original productions from Japan, United States, Europe, and Latin America. Africa too, let's not forget Africa. Toonami Games, anime-inspired games for PlayStation, Toonami Live, convention tours, fan festivals, career showcases, Toonami Streaming, a dedicated destination inside Crunchyroll. How this fits with your interests based on your vision for fan-driven entertainment ecosystems and gaming-focused media networks. A Sony-owned Toonami could be much more than an anime channel. It could be an animation and fandom ecosystem featuring anime, cartoons, gaming, esports, career culture, live events, and entertainment news. Almost like a modern version of what Cartoon Network, G4, and Crunchyroll might become if they were designed together from the beginning. Like I said, it's not that Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon are dead. Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount don't know what to do. They don't. The biggest obstacle, the challenges of content. It's only about playing content. The challenges distribution. In 2026, launching a traditional cable channel is less attractive than launching a fast channel, free ad support streaming TV, a streaming platform like Crunchyroll, a cross-platform animation brand. Because of that, Sony will probably get more value from a Toonami Fast network and Crunchyroll hub plus live events business rather than a traditional cable network alone. If Sony owned Cartoon Network, I could easily envision Cartoon Network Kids and Family Animation, Toonami Teens, Young Adults Anime, Gaming, and Fandom Culture, Crunchyroll Premium Anime Streaming. Together, those three brands could form one of the strongest animation ecosystems in the world. But how can we forget Adult Swim, right? Because Sony also make the Adult Swim network for adult cartoons along with scripted and unscripted content, which will also be on the Toonami network. Yes, if Sony both owned Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, creating a standalone Adult Swim network could be a logical strategy, especially if Sony wanted to build a complete animation and fandom ecosystem. A possible Sony entertainment structure: Cartoon Network family and youth audiences, kids animation, family movies, educational content, original cartoons; Toonami teens and young adults anime, gaming culture, esports, fandom programming, animation news, pop culture news as well, and live events; and then Adult Swim Network, adults 18 to 49, adult animation, scripted drama, I was about to say scripted dramedies, but that would be a thing. Scripted comedy, scripted drama, unscripted reality series, pop culture talk shows, and creator-driven content. This will allow each brand to have a distinctive voice while still sharing resources. What Adult Swim could be under Sony? Adult Swim has always been more than cartoons. The brand has successfully produced adult animation, live action comedies, experimental programming, cult television. A Sony-owned Adult Swim could expand into adult animations shows similar to Rick and Morty, Smiling Friends, Robot Chicken, scripted content, sci-fi dramas. Can you imagine if Iron Lung was on the Adult Swim network as a show? Oh my God. Horror anthologies, dark comedies, career-led series, unscripted content, gaming competitions, comedy panel shows, dating shows, career documentaries, music specials. How Adult Swim and Toonami can work together. Think of Toonami and Adult Swim as sister brands. Toonami anime, gaming, esports, fandom culture; Adult Swim, adult animation, comedy, scripted series, and unscripted entertainment. Shows can premiere on one network and receive encore reruns on the other when appropriate. For example, anime premieres on Toonami, behind-the-scenes specials on Adult Swim, gaming tournaments on Toonami, comedy after shows on Adult Swim. The Sony synergy. Sony could connect PlayStation, Crunchyroll, Sony Music Group, and Sony Pictures Entertainment with Cartoon Network, Toonami, and Adult Swim. That creates opportunities for original anime franchises, games based on shows, anime adaptations, concert festivals, creator economy initiatives, creator economy initiatives. I know I said that very quickly and fast and in a hurry. Merchandise, live events, a scenario that fits current media trends. Instead of 3 cable channels, Sony will likely build Cartoon Network, family animation, Toonami anime, gaming and fandom, and Adult Swim adult entertainment animation, distribute them through fast channels, streaming hubs, on-demand libraries, live events, and social media content. That approach will align closely with your recurring vision of media brands becoming full ecosystems that combine entertainment, gaming, creators, fandoms, live experiences, community engagement, rather than operating solely as television networks. So that is everything I have for y'all on the future, the potential future of Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. Now, Florentin, I want to give a shout out to him because he said, what if they combine both of them for Cartoonlodeon? That's not a bad idea. And I love the idea. So basically, you would have the energy of Nickelodeon along with Cartoon Network in one network. That would be amazing. So Nickelodeon would partner up with Cartoon Network to create more Nicktoons and more Cartoon Network shows on Cartoonlodeon. And then, of course, you guys remember Cartoon Network Real. They had that back in the day. And like I said, we're about that cart energy. So Cartoon Network Studios could also create unscripted content that can complement Nickelodeon content in terms of sitcoms. Nickelodeon really doesn't do dramas that much, right? They could, but drama and kids, it's a fine line with that, right? But they can do unscripted stuff, right? So Cartoonlodeon is also a great suggestion too. So that being said, I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Like I said, I really had fun with this live. I wanted to bring this to you all because I felt that it was extremely important. Extremely important. That we recognize that kids deserve to have an outlet too. So we'll take a little bit of commercial break, and we'll be back with more right after this. We are live on Twitter. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this roll.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but somebody to be an artist.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the one more please wherever you please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line. Introduce.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets, on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
I love you right back so much. I had to tell you thrice. Welcome back into Braylon's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Glad to have all you here. I hope you guys have fun with this. I really do mean that. Sincerely, I really want both of these networks to still be here. Both of these networks matter in different ways. And I do hope that what you all saw tonight was nothing is ever dead if you make it that way. Nothing is ever dead if you make it that way. Nothing is ever dead if you make it that way, right? So I just wanted to bring that to you all, and I truly believe that both of those strategies were implemented. And if Cartoon Network went to Sony and NBC got Nickelodeon, and they did that 3-tier strategy of the networks, as I have put out, I promise you this, they would have such a new life, they would not even know what to do. I promise you. So yes, indeed. So thank you all so much. We do have one more show this evening. Just one more show this evening for y'all. Let me pull it up here, because there's been a lot going on with Big Tigger, right? As y'all know, Alicia Brown came on to the internet with some allegations of DV, and so I definitely have been watching the destination very closely, and I told y'all that if there was anything new, I would definitely be here to tell you about it. And oh buddy, it is for sure. So let me show y'all this right here. So in about 51 minutes and 37 seconds, we will be here for the Big Tigger breakdown conversation. Please be here for that. What I heard from the Tasha K interview was very triggering, very alarming, and very worrisome. So we'll get to that at 8:30. Looking forward to seeing you all there. All right, let me get to the Daily Motivator and then head on out of here. My God. So here we go. Here, everybody. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of would suffice to solve most of the world's problem. Mondi's K. Gandhi. Very well said, good sir. I think I might need to read this one on camera for myself here. Here we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Let's get to it. It's time for the Day Motivator for Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. The time has come. The future is coming. Be good to it now, because you'll be a part of it very soon. Whatever you do today, have some consideration for tomorrow. Live to optimize each moment you're in, while also doing your best to improve the moments that will come. The time rewards your diligence and punishes your foolishness. Improve the quality of your life by making the choices that put time on your side. No matter what has already happened, you always have the opportunity to influence what is yet to happen. Make thoughtful, strategic use of that power. You can make real progress in a single hour, yet you can considerably make more progress over hundreds or thousands of hours. As you wisely utilize the time you have now, position yourself to make even better use of the time to come. Your life has the great fortune of existing across time. Be sure to claim the full extent of that fortune, Ralph Morrison. Woo! The time to come, the time to come. You know, went through a little bit of something today that threw me off my game. But I recognize that you need to breathe through your emotions. Breathe through your emotions. Breathe through your emotions. The future, the reason why the future is so heavy is because we make it heavy, right? So first thing I want to say to you is breathe through your emotions. Recognize that there is a process. If you know who you are and how you are in your process of who you are, your future is coming. You just got to be patient. It's easier said than done, though, right? So that's the first thing I want to tell you. Second thing I want to tell you is, no matter what has already happened, you always have the opportunity to influence what is yet to happen. I think of Whitney Houston of impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible. Things are happening every day. And when you hear that lyric, it's really true. There's somebody right now inventing something amazing to help the world be better. There's somebody making a breakthrough right now that's going to change something in the world. The thing I miss about college the most, don't miss the homework, I don't miss the assignments, but I do miss the fact that I was able to sit right next to the next of whoever that could be in any industry, right? So the second thing I want to say to you is recognize that power is always available to you to make something good happen. Amen. And then finally, the third thing I want to say to you all is this. Your life has the great fortune of existing across time. Be sure to claim the full extent of that fortune. You can't get what you lost. And sometimes you need to lose that in order to win. But just know if you're still above ground, there's plenty more blessings to come. Excuse me. So with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say more important special, because you are always one of us interested. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've chosen to do. Last one thing to call yourself is nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully I spend time together. Rise, we're great together. Always remember we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child. You just know that just because things are unclear doesn't mean things won't become clear. Sometimes things need to be unclear so God can do his work. Amen. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way. I always remember to see love for the owners. You know, receive love, the guy, give receive love, the guy, give receive love, the guy, give where Oscar show come where success you have a key about this particular day. I'm extremely proud of you, but no one's proud of you. Be proud of your damn stuff. Thing I just said, and also to recognize, just because you are pulling back from things in life doesn't mean you won't go forward every time. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day. That was the day that's coming for the blessed on way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as culture. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Bye-bye. If this is your last tour for the evening, good evening to you. By the way, good morning, good afternoon to you based on your location. But if not, I'll see you back here at 8:30 for the Big Tigger Breakdown conversation. See y'all soon. Love y'all.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief,
beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my...
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn